I was there, I was at the finish line. Fans were just cheering, fans were going crazy, obviously, to see him go past. But a bit before that, as we were watching the race, because you can watch the race on the screen while you're waiting, and let me tell you guys, as soon as Pogačar tacked, I know a lot of the fans were French, but they were not happy, let's just say that. I cannot believe it. It has happened. The record has fallen. Tadej Pogačar has beaten the 30-year long-standing record of Alpe d'Huez set by Marco Pantani in 1995, also 1997, by a minute and 23 seconds, normalised to the Strava segment. But let's have a look at the full record, the full timings for the full climb, the 13.8 kilometres. An official time from Pantani in 1995 of 36 minutes 50. Pogačar today did it 35:27. Guys, that is a difference of nearly a minute and a half. And he did it with more absolute power, with a watt per kilo range between 6.7 and 6.8 watts per kilo. Pogačar is a bit heavier than Pantani was, but he's done the watt per kilo. He's done the watts needed to beat this record. We were also talking about potential illness as well in UAE's team, and some of their riders have become ill, but we didn't know if Pogačar had become ill as well. But clearly he didn't. He's not ill. He's fine. He's more than fine. He's in the best condition he's ever been in. So if you watched the last video about Alpe d'Huez, Pantani's obviously was the record, but here it is. This is it. Pogačar's not on Strava. I don't think he's going to put this on Strava. But if he did, this is what roughly you would see on Strava. I was there. I was at the finish line. I was at the 25 metres to go marker. I was right at the front, looking over the barrier. Saw Pogačar go past. Here's the video here. It was an amazing moment. Fans were just cheering. Fans were going crazy, obviously, to see him go past. But a bit before that, as we were watching the race, because you can watch the race on the screen while you're waiting, and let me tell you guys, as soon as Pogačar tacked, I know a lot of the fans were French, but they were not happy, let's just say that. They were sort of just like, they were disappointed. They had a disappointed expression. They were shaking their heads. Loads of fans just shaking their heads in disbelief and borderline disappointment as well. Me, I was just sort of just like, here we go, he's gone. This is it, this is the moment. I didn't know what to expect from him today. Either he was going to just try and survive or he was going to go for it. And, well, he's gone for it and he's made history. Almost seems straightforward to him, like it's not much of a challenge. But I must admit, he did make it look easy, but he was moving on the bike, like, you know, he was putting the power down. He was suffering a bit, at least. I mean, as he went past, I saw salt stains all over his kit. He gains 3 minutes and 28 seconds on the final climb. Shouldn't we stop talking about how natural that is? Already, you know, we're going into these kind of speculations, these suspicions. But yeah, gains 3:28 on also doped up times. Yeah, I mean, let's remember, guys, Pantani was doped. Yeah, he was doped up. He was not a clean rider. Obviously, everyone else was as well. Yeah, but the best of all time. I so hope he's a clean rider. Yeah, Maestro Tadej, you're the best. You are wonderful. I mean, there's plenty of people cheering him here on Facebook, but let me tell you this. I was there and I didn't hear anyone cheering him. It's just disappointment. People were just exasperated by it. Tour de farce, monster on pedals, 7% faster than Remco, blah, and etc. You get the picture. Here's the graphic here for the record. Yeah, just look at the differences here. I mean, Pantani was sort of head and shoulders above everyone else as well, you know, but Tadej's sort of just taking it to another level. Lance Armstrong, 37.36. Yeah, Pantani only faster by about 20 seconds or so. Then he beat his own by further sort of 30 seconds nearly, and then another 13 seconds, and then Pogačar just comes along, just smashes it, just completely evaporates all of the previous records. This is never going to be beaten. Like, I can't see this being beaten. But here's the question as well, could Sepp Kuss and Carapaz and Martinez stayed away from Pogačar if they maybe worked together? Which I know is difficult to coordinate, something like that, especially when you've got Carapaz, because he loves to attack. But the question is, if they just work together, knowing that Pogačar is coming, could they have stayed away? I think that there's definitely a possibility of it today. I think the stage win could have maybe been different if they'd ridden it a bit differently, these guys. But yeah, it's just really hard to coordinate something like that. Carapaz just kept attacking. Amazing, by the way, Carapaz. He actually nearly holds off Pogačar at one point near the top, about 3Ks to go. I think it was this point here. And, Pogačar he's like within 10 seconds of them. But Carapaz just attacks and then stretches the gap back out. And, at one point it looks like, is he going to manage to stay away? But it's just such a huge ask when Pogačar is bearing down on them all. But yeah, here is Pantani, best climber of all time, but maybe not anymore. I think that has to be given to Pogačar now. But maybe you could still say it's Pantani in a way, because look at the bike he was riding. I mean, the equipment, because nowadays equipment and the aero and the nutrition and all that's what's making everyone so fast these days, But Paul Pantani, he never had any of those amazing things that make such a big difference. Of course, I'm maybe being a bit sarcastic there, because I think there's probably a bit more going on here, considering that Pantani wasn't exactly clean, was he? So we've got a clean rider beating the doped up rider Pantani. Yeah, okay. People can believe what they want to believe, but there's no evidence, so all we can do is speculate. But yeah, I think certain people will struggle to believe. But then there's other people who just, unless it's proven to be cheating, then they're going to believe it. So, I mean, that's quite a positive attitude, and you can enjoy the sport a bit more then. But it's just unbelievable. It's like, I just keep thinking of the reaction of the fans at the finish line. And it was great to see all of this in person. If you've never seen racing in person, especially the Tour de France, then, you've got to do it one day, because the energy is just unreal. The vibe here on top of this mountain is just, it's crazy. Here we go. Here's the top 15, the full distance. But it's never getting beaten, guys. It's never getting beaten. Do you think it's clean? Let's see. And that includes him kind of slowing down a little. Yeah, he did. You think about it, he did slow down a bit when he caught Carapaz and Lenny. He didn't keep going at 100%. He slowed down a bit. So he could probably beat this time today as well, definitely. I mean, imagine if he just turned up to the bottom of the climb completely fresh. Here we go. He'll beat his own time, probably. He'll beat it by a minute or something. He might even beat it by 2 minutes. And in that case, let's just give up, just give up. No, I think the new place of honour is second, because no one's going to beat first. But it's the same thing I've seen in cycling, respect to Yates, who's sick. It's the way Yates rode today was not how a sick rider rides. I think Yates is fine, to be honest. I think he's alright, because it can't be that bad anymore. If he rode like today, he's probably over it now, whatever it was. Thanks UAE, thanks Pogačar. If not for them, the Tour de France would be a literal snooze fest from stage 1 to 21. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess it depends whether you're a big fan of Pogačar. If you're a big fan of UAE and Pogačar, yeah, this is entertaining. But if you're not, Another thing I've noticed is most of the sort of pessimistic people, most of the people who don't enjoy watching this domination are sort of older. Now, it's not maybe all of them, obviously, but a lot of them are. Like I mentioned, the types of people who I noticed at the finish line expressing disappointment when they see Pogačar winning, when they saw him attacking and leaving everyone behind. They were older. They've seen this before. They've seen the Armstrong days. They've seen those Armstrong years. Whereas the younger generation don't really. Even if they've seen it in retrospect, they weren't there. They weren't following it at the time. They haven't gone through the cycle of disappointment where they were Lance fans. They would have been fans of Lance, a lot of them. And then they had their hearts broken by the doping that came out afterwards. So that sort of cycle of disappointment erodes trust in the sport. That is going to stand for a very, very long time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And let's see what happens tomorrow. Coming up outdoors again. You can't help but think that Pogačar's going to win it again and win a second stage in a row. Happy days.